Hey gang, it's me. So we have to talk about why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Because it seems like the vast majority of people that are watching this video right now fall into one of two categories. Either they're remaking less than $30,000 per year, or they're remaking more than $200,000 per year. And if you fit into either of those categories, congratulations. But for everyone else, which is the vast majority of you, you're somewhere in the middle. And so you probably wonder, how the heck does someone make $30,000 a year and someone else make $200,000 a year? Do they just work harder? Are they smarter? Is there something that you're missing? Well, believe it or not, there is a lot that goes into making a higher salary. But it doesn't have anything to do with being smarter or working harder. It actually has everything to do with what you know and what you don't know. It has to do with what you have and what you don't have. And it has to do with your mindset. And whether or not you willing to change things up. So let's start with what you don't know and what you don't have, and then we'll go from there. So if you don't know, and I guarantee most people don't know what skills are in high demand and what skills are not in high demand, then you will always be stuck doing work that pays low wages because you do O&A know any better. You're just doing the best that you can. Now, my definition of high demand skill versus low demand skill is very simple. A high demand skill is something that 100 people want and only 20 people can do. That means there's a really high compensation package that comes along with that. Low demand skill would be something that 100 people can do and only 2 people want. You see the difference? So let's take an example. There's only 20 people in the world that can fly a 747, and there's 100,000 pilots that want to fly a 747. So the compensation package for a 747 pilot is going to be incredibly lucrative. The guy at the bottom of the totem pole is still going to make more than the guy at the top of the totem pole that is flying a helicopter. That's just the way the world works. If you do onjet know what high demand skills are and you end up honing a low demand skill, you're going to get paid accordingly. Now, you might say, well, Thomas, it's unfair. It's not fair. Nobody chose to be born into this situation. They didn't choose their parents. Their parents chose their genetics. And sure, all of that's true. People did not choose to be born with the mental capacity that they were born with. None of that is ever a good excuse for sitting back and doing nothing. I mean, look, if you're watching this video, you're already ahead of the game because you're educating yourself. But if you stop educating yourself after this video and never put anything into action, you're never going to get anywhere. This video was simply a catalyst that got you thinking. You have to keep that momentum going. And so once you figure out what the high demand skills are, the next thing you need to do is figure out how you can learn them. And if you don't have money, there's plenty of free resources available to you. YouTube is a great example. It's just like having the entire library at your fingertips, except it's in video format. You can also check out websites like Skillshare, where they teach a variety of different skills. Some of them cost money. Some of them are free. But here's the biggest problem that most people face when trying to learn these high-demand skills. Most people don't know what to focus on. They just randomly jump from skill to skill to skill, never really mastering anything. Because every time they think they've mastered it, they think there's something better out there. So they abandon one skill, jump to another skill, abandon that skill, jump to another skill, abandon that skill, and they get caught in this vicious cycle of abandoning things before they become an expert at them. The third thing that holds people back is that they do have anyone telling them what's going on. They're not part of a mastermind. They don't have a mentor, and they don't have anyone telling them what they should be doing. If you want to know what it's like to be a millionaire, you have to hang out with millionaires. You hang out with broke people and expect to understand what it's like to be a millionaire. Sure, you can read books by millionaires, but it's not the same thing. There's a phrase in the real estate industry. And it's not just in the real estate industry. It's in every industry. And it's called, your network determines your net worth. Your network determines your net worth. If you don't have a network of people that are making a ton of money, then you're probably not going to be making a ton of money. Because the people that you surround yourself with will dictate the type of person that you become. If you surround yourself with broke people, you're going to be broke. If you surround yourself with people that have student loans up to their eyeballs, you're going to have student loans up to your eyeballs. If you surround yourself with people that have credit card debt, guess what? you're gonna have credit card debt. And it's the same thing when it comes to making money. When you surround yourself with people that make money, you start to pick up on little nuances that go along with making money. For example, my business partner and I, we speak a completely different language. We understand each other. Just by looking at each other, we can tell exactly what the other person is thinking. Now, most people that aren't business partners wouldn't be able to understand that. But because we're business partners, and because we both came from very similar backgrounds, we understand the nuances of what each other is saying without even saying anything. You see? We picked that up because we spent so much time together and we're so close. We understand each other. So, if you don't have anyone to tell you what's going on, the next best thing would be to read books. And the third best thing would be to watch YouTube videos. But by far, the best thing to do is find a mentor. Find someone that you can look up to. Find someone that you respect. Find someone that you admire and ask them questions. Ask them questions about what they did to get to where they got to today. Ask them questions about the mistakes that they made along the way. Ask them questions about what they would do differently if they could go back in time. These are the types of questions that you need to be asking if you want to get ahead in life. Look, we're not promised tomorrow. Any one of us could drop dead tomorrow. Any one of us could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Any one of us could be in a car accident tomorrow. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. And so why waste time doing things that you don't want to do, chasing a dream that doesn't feel right, chasing a passion that doesn't feel right? I mean, look, a lot of people get into cryptocurrency because it's hot, it's trendy, and all their friends are doing it. But that's not a good reason. Just because a bunch of people are doing something doesn't mean it's right for you. You have to feel passionate about it. You have to feel like it's something that you want to do. And if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. You know, you're not going to be happy doing something that you hate, even if you're making $1 million a year doing it. Yes, you might be able to trick yourself into being happy for a while, but eventually, it's going to catch up to you. You're going to burn out. You're going to realize that you're not happy. You're going to realize that you're not fulfilled, and you're going to realize that you're not living your purpose. And that, my friends, is the worst feeling in the world. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to watch the next recommended video, I recommend that you watch this video. I think that you'll enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.